Hey everybody, on my way home to watch some football today. Yes, I'm on the way home because I mentioned in my video yesterday I got a fleas. So we had to move out because I have a newborn and there's fleas in the house. Can't be dealing with that, so we went to stay somewhere for the night. And I'm on the way back now to start this. So we got the Pitt game tonight, and this is the most important game in Georgia Tech in a long time. A long, long time. This is massive because, win and we're in. We can clinch ourselves a spot into the ACC championship tonight with a win against Pitt. And look, this will be also the toughest game we played all year. Pitt's good. They're good, like straight up. They have a great offense. They are, ever since they have that, brought on that true freshman quarterback, he's been playing like crazy. I'm sure he's going to light our defense up. They're going to be the best offense we played. And their defense, is good too. I'm not worried about scoring on their defense. Georgia Tech can score on anybody. The problem is anybody can score on Georgia Tech. So, yes, I'm freaking massively worried about it. If you're talking about – I actually don't know the line. I think for some reason Georgia Tech might be favored. But if that's the case, we're on 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 upset alert on the upset scale. This game is, Pitt is going to be an insane challenge for us to win tonight. But look, we've got home field advantage. It's a night game at Bobby Dodd, a sold-out game. God, I wish I could go, guys. I wish I could go, but it's just, with the fleas and the newborn, I'm going to have to miss this one, guys. But it could be a field storm tonight. I was saying earlier in the season, I'm like, okay, we've been storming the field a lot lately. There's only one field storming that we have left, and that's when we beat Georgia at home. But clinching a spot to the ACC title game and a night game at home might actually be a rush the field worthy type event. I don't know about tearing the goalpost. I don't know. I'll be interested to see. Maybe if the game's close, people are overwhelmed and we freaking, rush the field. But I would hate to miss a field rushing. But, there's also going to be ACC huddle at the game. And those guys, whenever they come to our game, we are 10-0 under them, under Brent Key. So we're always winning when ACC huddle is. Now, everybody's going to say that shit doesn't matter. 10-0, that's a trend. So I don't know. That's usually our biggest games, and we perform well on the big stage. What we don't perform well is when nobody's watching us, which has been the past 2 weeks. So can Georgia Tech get up for a game? I believe so. But look, they're going to need to show us something that they haven't defensively in order to win this game that they haven't showed us in the past 2 weeks or past 2 games. Because there's nothing that the defense for the NC State game, we played horribly, obviously, defensively that game. I was like, okay, they haven't done this all year. You could probably give them a mulligan on that one, like as long as they get it cleaned up the next week. Well, no, we had a bye week. We went and played Boston College, and it did not freaking clean it up. They did not return back to normal. They remained being terrible. So can they return back to what we were kind of used to, seeing them, which was an average defense. Like, we didn't have the best defense all year, but they were average. They would get, several stops, and even in key moments, they won us the Colorado game, Clemson game. They were absolutely key in that game. So, what's the deal? You're going up against dang Boston College, dude. NC State, I get maybe giving up a bunch of yards, dude. They got a good offense, but Boston College, that's a total, that's just a total, letdown, no-show type performance. It was really unacceptable against NC State, but really, really bad and egregious against Boston College. So it's got to be better or we're going to lose. And it's not like they have to play perfect. Okay, in the NC State game, they got one stop and held them to one field goal one time. But they made them punt one time. Can you make them punt 3 times tonight? I mean, Haynes King and the offense will figure out the rest, dude. If you can get 3 stops, then yeah, we got a chance to win. Unless we just get flat out beat. But, I don't know, man. I'm definitely worried about this game big time. This will be huge. But like I said, we perform well in big games. But anything that I can point to maybe pick the Jackets to win this game is not due to their freaking performance on the field. It's due to vibes, such as we get a home night game and we're undefeated under ACC huddle. We perform good in big games. That's about all I can say. Nothing to do with how we're playing on the field. Obviously, though, you have a Heisman contending, or what should be a Heisman contending quarterback against Haynes King. Everybody forgot about him once we lost to NC State, even though he played out of his mind in that game and put up 500 yards by himself. You have a Heisman contending quarterback or a Heisman caliber quarterback with Haynes King, and you have a chance to win any game. So that's all I got to say about that, about the Pitt game. Look, this Pitt game is special to me in a lot of ways. The Pittsburgh Panthers are special to the Sea Dog channel. If you guys would go back and watch my very first video on this channel, it was the 2020 season. If we all remember the handshake game, with Jeff Collins ripped his hand away from Pat Narduzzi, and it caused this big problem. My first video about that, go figure, was defending Jeff Collins. Now, come on, don't get on me too much. Like, I had an idea in my head that when you get on YouTube that you're supposed to defend everything your team does and just be a total blind homer. That's what I thought you were supposed to do when I first got on YouTube. But obviously now I'll criticize the team and the things that the coaches do and stuff like that. But that was my first video, was about Pittsburgh. It was about, Uncle Lou, the Georgia YouTuber. It was about him making a video about Jeff Collins, about the handshake. And I was responding to that video. And then, of course, shout out to my buddy Talk is Pitt. He's a Pitt fan. And after I made that video, me and him went at it, dude. We would argue like every day. He was like, if this is, Dragon Ball Z, he's like my Vegeta. He was like my first big enemy. Or maybe Raditz. Maybe he's Raditz. But now we're cool, and he hangs around. We talk on the ACC show, but we went at each other's throats. I wanted nothing more than to beat Pitt when I first started my channel. And I was like, next year we're going to kill you, because we played Pitt in 2021 as well. Well, we all know how that went. Pitt, we played North Carolina that game, and the game before Pitt, and we blew them out. So, we start the year losing to Northern Illinois. I'm like, that's it. We're going to lose every game. This is terrible. Well, then we blow out North Carolina. I'm like, oh, my God, we're back just in time for the Pitt game. We're going to run them off the field. We got it figured out. Well, no. They destroyed us in 2021. Jeff Sims went out and threw a pick six on the first freaking play of the game, that game. And we left in the third quarter. We got destroyed. Both of those games, by the way, I had taken my wife to. Those were for her first 2 games in Bobby Dodd. My wife has gone to see us play Pittsburgh in 2020, which was the handshake game. We freaking lost. I took her back the next year. I'm like, we're going to redeem ourselves. I took her back to see us play Pitt in 2021. We got destroyed and blown out. I took her to see us play Virginia in Brent Key's interim year on a Thursday night. That was the Zach Gibson game where he steps out of bounds on 4th down. An absolute travesty of a football game. And then I took her to see Bowling Green the next year, and we got blown out. So I don't know what my wife is. She's never allowed to go attend a Georgia Tech game again. Never again she's allowed to freaking attend a Tech game at Bobby Dodd. Maybe I'll take her on the road, though, because I did take her on the road in 2016. We went and saw Georgia Tech played Georgia and saw them beat them in Athens. So maybe I'll take her on the road, but she's not allowed in Bobby Dodd Stadium due to her track record there. It always goes poorly. But so, you know, Pitt does mean a lot. And then, of course, Brent Key's very first win as interim coach at Georgia Tech, he goes on the road and beats Pitt. They were ranked at the time, you know, low 20s, but he goes on the road and beats them. And that was his first, like, where we were like, holy shit, who's this guy Brent Key? He just, you know, took the awful Jackets and freaking turned it around in a week, you know? So, you know, Pittsburgh is, man, they're a big part of the Sea Dog channel so far, and this tonight will be another page in the chapter of this book, right? So that's what this game means to me. Besides just getting to, you know, clinch a spot in the ACC championship, is that I have a special thing with Pittsburgh too. Well, I'll end the video with this. Eat shit, Pitt. Go Jackets. Beat them, and I will see y'all tonight.